Channel 224, Channel 112, and of course on ILTV Studios over on Facebook. But wherever you're deciding to tune in to us today, thank you so much for tuning in to us. I'm joined in studio with Bradley Roll. He's the spiritual advisor, I'm told these days, for the entire Bahamas. Bradley, welcome to Freedom March.
Thank you so much. Good to be here.
How was the outside today?
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
We're looking at 84 degrees. I'm trying to figure out what's happening because this month's supposed to be the hottest month. This is August.
Really?
We're supposed to be in the 90s, but actually it's 84 degrees, and then tonight it's probably going to taper down to around about...
Not only is he spiritual, he's also
I'm not the
meteorological.
I know.
Go on, what should we expect?
But it's amazing what the smartphones can do for you. They tell you so much.
Indeed.
Even
If you use them for more than porn and gossip, yes.
Yeah, even the weather. So maybe about 79.
Yeah.
78 tonight, which is kind of cool.
That's decent.
I
usually keep the air conditioning in my house at about 74 degrees.
Okay.
Yeah, no matter what the temperature is on the outside.
Yeah, 74 would get you kind of cool.
Yeah, reasonably.
Yeah.
If you sit still enough, you should be cool enough to go to sleep.
Yeah. But for some strange reason, the weather may have been maybe too hot for some, because it was indeed a bloody weekend.
I appreciate the traffic not getting as cumbersome as I thought it could have been. I'm going to talk about this weekend at some point in the show. I see the utterances by the Prime Minister. I thought that they were wonderfully written. I'm sure he didn't write them, but I know he has to co-sign them all, and so I think that it was a wonderful set of words to show the Prime Minister's awareness of what's going on and to call for public inclusion. I thought that was actually absolutely remarkable on his end. Because that's all you can call for in public life, to have the citizenry, good, right-thinking Bahamians join you in the fight, especially if, as Prime Minister, you've put in the effort that you thought is necessary in order to get the crime going down. And the numbers suggest that they've been going down for quite some time. But I will tell you what's happening. Man, I won't be a Jamaican for half a day because the Jamaican elections are upon us.
Yes, indeed.
And the PNP and the JLP are gonna go at it again. And I am of the view that Andrew Holness is going to return as a 3-term Prime Minister. And so I'm beginning to wonder. We've seen the return of Neil Motley. We've seen the return of Prime Minister Skerritt. We will possibly see the return of Prime Minister Andrew Holness. Has the Caribbean gotten to the point where it has decided to stop flip-flopping its leaders? And if that is the case, will it translate here in Nassau? We'll talk about that on the next side of the break. Don't move, we'll be right back after this. Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us through the break. Again, I'm Levan Miller, Bradley Roll. He is in studio with me. He is the spiritual advisor for the whole Bahamas, I'm advised. And so, Bradley, tell us, what does Holy Scripture have for us today?
Absolutely. There's a passage we always go to whenever the weekend seems to be rather disturbing for some, and it was. We had a lot of shootings, as a matter of fact.
Was it a lot of shootings?
Yeah, man. One gunfire is too much.
No,
Especially,
but I like
especially
when you
if it isn't coming from a legal weapon. Because that one gunfire indicates.
So we had
a couple shootings,
three
actually.
shooting incidents.
Yeah. Yeah.
It resulted in several people being.
And it's a cause for concern. As always.
Sure.
We shouldn't, treat it lightly.
I'm not trying to treat it lightly.
Yeah,
I'm
we
just saying,
shouldn't
I don't want you
downplay
to
it.
make it sound like we had a flurry of shooting incidents.
It's a flurry for me because it's not supposed to be happening.
Okay.
Neither
is premarital sex.
Yeah, exactly. And
But the 70% of the boy rate in the Bahamas to single.
doesn't make it right. It tells you that we have a morality problem.
Okay.
Let's don't duck it now.
I'm continuing to go with you.
And I don't want you to be a part of it either.
But listen, I want them to not try to have sex with me either, Bradley. Because I'm from the Church of God and my granddaddy's a bishop, and I want to let you know that I am the bishop's grandson.
And so there is a concern. I heard the talks on the streets about shootings. And let me tell you this. Whenever this happens, I always share this scripture with you. And it's taken from the book of 2 Timothy 3 verses. They get you to probably think about what's going on around you, and if it should, catch you unawares. It shouldn't. Mm-hmm. Because the apostle, this Timothy's an evangelist. This young evangelist, Timothy, Paul's charge to him says, but mark this, that there will be terrible times in the last days. So make no mistake, these days are here. And people will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money. They're going to be boastful, proud, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, without love, unforgiving, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, and not lovers of the good. All right? And this is just pure and simple. So when you see these things happening, make no mistake, there is nothing new under the sun. But you must guard yourself to understand that this is no surprise. These things will happen, but of course we need to find a way to guard ourselves against these things and to try and make things a bit better for all of us who live in the society. So take a look at 2 Timothy 3, 1 to 3 in your spare time. And whenever you see these things happening around you, make no mistake, we will warn. The Word of God is forever and ever blessed.
Indeed. And when I see these kinds of things, spiritual advisor, I don't particularly lean to Timothy. I particularly like the book of Matthew in times like these, right? And sometimes I even find my own self guilty of it, right? And Matthew 24, 10 and about 10 to about 14 says, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound,
the
love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all the nations, and then shall the end come.
And
so we still have
which end?
We still have to preach the gospel to all the world. I do not perceive the end is at hand just yet, but I do believe that we are nearing the end times because of the one line that says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And I think that is something that we see more and more every day.
Every day.
Like it is becoming increasingly more difficult to be sympathetic in many of the instances because of the iniquity that is so abundant among us in these days.
And the behavior of some makes you wonder, should they really be a part of our society?
Yeah.
We got to find a way to correct it.
They are incorrigible. That's what the English language would call them.
You think so?
Yeah, and incapable of rehabilitation.
Incapable?
Incapable of rehabilitation.
I don't know.
And as such, they must be excavated from among us.
Well, if the punishment is carried out, maybe that could put fear in others.
Yeah.
And they may...
I also support police killings. I also support police killings. And so I want to say that if and when they engage these police officers, I trust that the Commissioner of Police, in her wisdom, has given her officers carte blanche to visit upon them their training per the doctrine.
Okay.
Yeah? And I trust that that will, result in the alleviation, if not the eradication, of this cancer that is the scourge of crime from among us.
So you believe in the eradication squad?
It is a proven fact that when police killings go up, murders go down. That is a proven fact.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah. No killer wants to be killed. You know that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that is true. That is a fact. Because when you look at the videos, you say to yourself, the video I saw, so this car approaches another car, right? They got these weapons. So they're opening fire on these individuals. But what I find to be very interesting is that when they're done shooting, they don't just take their time and just jump in the car and go away. They run themselves.
Yeah, like
And
little mice.
And obviously, they don't want fire to come back upon them.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, if you don't want fire to come upon you, why do you fire in the first place?
Yeah.
You are supposed
They're cowards.
to be, yeah,
They're all
you're supposed to be a
cowards.
man and just, walk
And if I was
away.
a police press liaison officer, I would look in a camera and I would say, listen to me, Pookie, do not run. When you go into that community this afternoon and you fire your weapon, stand there. The responding police unit average time is 2 to 6 minutes. Give us 6 minutes, Pookie, and I promise you we will give you all of the gun battles
that you want.
heart
Desire.
can reasonably
Yeah.
handle. And as a matter of fact, if you believe that your little Grand Theft Auto training, your little Game of Wars training, whatever one of those little PSYOPs games that you play,
What about Dirty
if you
South?
believe that any one of them have adequately equipped you to be able to resist the force that you will be met with, Pookie, I'm here to tell you today, give us 2 to 6 responding minutes, and we shall put your little Grand Theft Auto training to the test. And I assure you that when the dust settles and the smoke clears, it is His Majesty's peace officers that will avail. And so, do not be a coward. I promise you, everyone that you came for will be dead. No one will return fire. The entire community will be in anarchy and everybody will be in a somber mood. But allow our peace officers the opportunity to arrive. And I assure you that we will fill your heart with all of the adrenaline that you could imagine in one of the most hotly contested gunfights you could ever fathom. That is what I would say to them. And I want to say this, I don't, the commissioner doesn't take any advice from me. She doesn't pay me for my advice, and therefore she can tell me to go and fly a Frisbee. What I will say, though, is if people are going to shoot guns in the daytime, if people are going to ride around in the daytime with guns into dead-end neighborhoods with guns and get out of those vehicles with guns and open fire, it has long been a position of mine that the easiest way to fix that is to flood the street of Nassau with 2-man cycle teams, spiritual advisor. Because I assure you this, they cannot outrun those cycles. They cannot outmaneuver the cycles. And even if the cycle is incapable of executing the arrest, you cannot outrun it. There would be no way for them to escape. And once you have a fixed tail, you remember Chips? You remember Chips used to come on TV back in the day?
The motorcycle boys?
Yeah, with the boy named Michael Estrada?
Yeah.
All right. You remember how you couldn't outrun Chips?
No, for some strange reason.
It's because you cannot get away from a 2-man cycle team. And so all these motorbikes that y'all keep showing us every time y'all have the tattoo, I'm saying call back all the retired cyclists, call back all the reserve cyclists, call back a couple of Pookie them who's ride motorbike for Dirty South and recruit them to be cyclists. And flood the streets of Nassau with cyclists. Because I believe, based on what I have seen, and in my own research, that cycle teams make for the best crime prevention strategy particularly for daytime crime fighting in small city areas. Now, I'm not the commissioner of police. She pays me for no advice. Neither does anybody from her top team. They could all tell me to go and fly a frisbee. I would happily go and practice my frisbee flying. But I say, we've got to advance the police road traffic department from more than doing private escorts and moving dignitaries.
Yeah. And doing funerals.
If we put these two-man teams into place, first of all, they require very little management. They require very little resource, and wherever they are a responding unit. They require a whole lot less effort than trying to flash up a whole responding unit. They don't necessarily need anywhere to house. They can actually take posts around gas stations and mall areas and school areas. It is because they are there to be responders. And so whenever we have these shootings, for instance, shooting takes place in a dead-end pocket of Ridgeland Park. And Ridgeland Park fellas must be getting soft, because only 2 ways out of there, right? I can't imagine the fellas shoot 21 rounds and they get out of Ridgeland Park. Notwithstanding that, in a car, by the way. They didn't run across the highway like they would do in the days of the Hornets, right? You remember when the Hornets was having that war, Hornets and the Warhawks? That's who was having the war, was it the War Kings and the Warhawks? Anyway, one of those groups where you had to run in Ridgeland Park with your gun, shoot your gun, and then run across the highway. You remember those days?
Yeah.
That ain't what happened. The fellas pull in Ridgeland Park in a car and pull out of Ridgeland Park in the car. Unheard of. I've never heard such a thing happen in Ridgeland Park before. Notwithstanding that, what I'm saying is, imagine if there are two-man teams. So you have a two-man cycle team at the Town Center Mall and one at the Marathon Mall. And one at probably Portion Control and another one probably at Dunkin' Donuts. That vehicle has to go in the direction of one of them two-man teams. And so you got a two-man, from we find out the description of the vehicle, you now have cycles that can move up and down this traffic. They could actually look in the vehicle, because they could get in spaces cars can't get in. And when the police car blaring all the siren on the side, sometimes, I believe, they blaring Pookie right on the side. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Pookie right in the line of traffic. He didn't take off his mask. He put his gun in the glove compartment. And when the police said, whoop, 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 Pookie pull on the side, let the police whoosh. Because you know they do this thing where 6 of them go whoosh, 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 whoosh behind one another. I don't know. But what do I know? I'm not a police advisor.
But the cyclist thing does tend to put our police motorcyclists in some sort of harm's way.
They're police officers. Their entire career puts them in harm's way.
I understand, but I'm talking about the maneuvering of the bikes, because the city is just so poorly planned.
Nah, man.
Do
you realize that the cyclists could get on the sidewalk?
Mishaps and stuff.
You realize the cyclists could get
It all depends.
The lane,
It all depends. It all depends on how the sidewalk is designed. Yeah, they can get on the sidewalks, but those bikes are not designed to get on the sidewalks. They're street bikes. Now, if we could move motorcyclists into riding trail bikes that can, get into certain terrains, yeah, man.
Have you seen the amount of tricks do you remember the days of Corporal Sands and Inspector Edmonds?
Yeah.
Remember the maneuvers those fellas could do on those motorbikes? Yeah. So I'm not listening to that. Cyclists.
But the bikes they're different design bikes. You have street bikes and then you have trail bikes that are off-road. Maybe we need to get police involved in off-road bikes, just like the criminals. That's where you can dash behind them, dash over.
But why do I need a trail bike for someone in a car? There's nowhere that car could go.
They test those cars. They just carry them in some areas.
I don't even understand how fellas escaping in a cube. There's nowhere you could carry that cube that I need a trail bike to go get it.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. And so all I'm saying is equip your cyclists with some Glocks. They carry 33 or 34 rounds. You need to make sure that you got enough firepower. And that's another thing we got to talk about. We can talk about that at some point. Make sure you got enough firepower in this gunfight. And at least let them keep a decent perimeter trail. Because all you need is eyes until you get your kill unit there. Once your kill unit there, because we only need the cycle to have eyes until the kill group reach. When the big black RAV4 reach, Pookie, we ain't telling you no more.
Mm-hmm.
Doors open, guns mounted.
And the fire should begin.
Stop. Police. Everything after that, beloved, is South and 3S Bakery Roads.
But then,
that's where I am with it.
Yeah, but the reality is now, we must ask ourselves this question.
What reality? There is no reality for the incorrigible.
But what is driving our young men into this world of gang violence, guns, and murder. Something is attracting them to it. I don't know if it's because of a lack of discipline from the home and lack of example from parenting. I don't know if it's because they're unchurched. I don't know.
And we could go down this rabbit hole forever about the probabilities of why.
But something's causing them to do it, though. Something's driving them there.
But can we agree on this? Can we agree on this? Once the fly is in the house, the best means of eradicating the fly is the fly swat.
So you gotta kill it.
Once the tooth, you had these teeth from you born. If you ain't floss them and brush them like Barry Russell tell you, and go by Barry and let him put the little blue light on it and straighten it and do whatever else Barry could do for it, once the teeth or the tooth has decayed,
you gotta take it out.
we must excavate it. And it is as simple as that. We could talk about preventing decay, sure.
Because that is a part of trying to correct
Yes.
Yeah.
But what we must always or also make certain is that they who have decayed are sure of the formula.
So we have to purge the evil from among us.
That we will eradicate you.
Yeah.
It has worked in the past. It has worked in the past. And when you engage our units, understand that that is a tango with the angel of death, my friend. Yeah. When you see, show them pull up. Shout out to my big time roving police team. When you see the strike force boys pull up in the, you know, they the blue, dark blue
that
camouflage.
black and black thing. Whatever.
And you see the doors of the RAV4 open, I want you to feel the gates of hell. I want you to feel the fire from the gates of hell. Because the only thing you should see is the barrel of an M4, my friend. You should hear these instructions. Halt, halt, halt. Police, police, police.
But they're not afraid. Because the next...
Any other engagement, you should feel the breath of the angel of death. And it should be visited upon you. And your mommy should decide whether or not she putting potatoes in this house or whether or not she making sauce below. But what is guaranteed is chicken boiling through your corner, Sati. And that is where we're ending this fight on crime. No more. Freedom March will be back. Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us through the break. I'm Levan Miller. Do we have Tanya on the line?
Good afternoon, Mr. Miller, and good afternoon, spiritual advisor. It's your girl Tanya coming to you live from Shop Smart Department Store. Your miracle right here at number 122 Mackey Street, where we say we're here for you for whatever season of your life and for everyday living. And we are in the season of back to school. Yes, all of the smart shoppers are coming into Shop Smart to take advantage of not only our 20% off everything back to school, but they are in here taking advantage of our back to school sweepstake. If you are a smart shopper, all you need to do is come on into Shop Smart and spend a minimum of $25 on back to school items, and you'll be eligible for one of our sweepstake drawings. We do drawings every Saturday in the month of August. We have four fabulous prizes. The first prize, second prize, third prize, fourth prize, all valued at $500 each. You can get yourself a $500 BPL voucher. You can win $500 grocery at your food store. You can win $500 gas in your car. Or you can win a $500 shopping spree in Shop Smart. A minimum purchase of only $25 of anything back to school at Shop Smart. Shop Smart, we've also got all of the spray ground backpacks that you need. Come on in, we've got you covered. And with the purchase of a spray ground backpack, you can get yourself 10 free books and 10 free folders. Come on in. Shop Smart is located right here at number 122 Mackey Street, and we're open Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. for your shopping convenience. Or you can visit us on our website at shopsmart242.com.
Thank you so much, Tanya. Do we have that? Is that the only ad? Is that the ad from Tanya? All right, good. So I see a lot of people are talking about this whole biometric card, right? I want to get on y'all, and then I've got some word for the JCNP because it looked womanish to me, and I don't have a better adjective for it. So I need my friends to help me with the adjectives because the one that comes to my mind is womanishness, right? So I see everybody talking about the biometric card and why it needed to be biometric and one other bunch of hogwash, right? This is what my voter's card looks like. This is the same one that I've had since 2000 and what is it now, 17? Or yeah, I guess. It used to be pink and then blue, I think, at one point. But here is my voter's card, which, believe it or not, some people are more prepared to take or accept from me than they are to take and or accept my NIB card, right? Because, what is it? The NIB card doesn't have my, what on it? My date of birth, I think it is, something crazy. Notwithstanding that, in order for me to exist in the Bahamas as a human being, I need this piece of paper that says that I'm a Bahamian and my mommy and my daddy was either in love or not in love when they had me, and he either signed or didn't sign. Then, when I get that, I need this thing here, which is my immunization card, right? And I need to have that in order to exist. And then, after I have that, at some point I need to have this, which is the NIB card, just to exist, just to be a human. And then, if I want to be a human that votes, I need to also have this, right? And if at some point I decide I want to go quail hunting, I need to have, I'll make sure I zoom in on this one. Y'all can see that? Ta-da! Anyway, this the one for my quail hunting purposes, right? And all I'm saying is, do I really need this amount of paper in my house just to be a citizen? And couldn't we really just put all of this stuff on one card? And while we at it, could you also give me a QR code to stick on my license plate? That way, the police could just QR code my car when they pull up on me and know exactly what's happening inside my vehicle before they get to me, and so they could stop trying to treat me like a criminal or treat me like a criminal, depending on, what my documents say, eh? And I don't get it, because when I go on to the U.S. Embassy, the woman tell me, open my left eye, I open my left eye. She say, open the right one, I open the right one. She say, put the left hand 4 fingers on, I put the left hand 4 fingers on. She say, put the right hand 4 fingers on, I put the right hand 4 fingers on. She say, put the left thumb on, I put the left thumb on. She say, put the right thumb. I asked this white woman that I never meet before in my life what she going to do with my biometrics. Right? God help you when I get my new Samsung phone. Samsung say, hold the phone up so it could look at your face. The Samsung say, don't move the phone for 2 minutes so it could draw the angles of my face that it need for biometrics. I holding the phone there like Roger D. Because I want Samsung to have my biometrics. As a matter of fact, I can't tell you what a single password for anything I own is, because it's one of my fingerprint them. I never asked Samsung what they can do with my biometrics. So I really don't understand all of I don't get it. Like, do Bahamians really feel like we need to make a big hullabaloo about every single thing, every single election cycle? For God's sake. How is it that every election cycle, Bahamian make one bunch of noise about a non-issue, or about an issue that none of them can actually articulate their difficulty with? Case in point, we voted Christie because of Bahama. What about Bahama did we not like? The average Bahamian cannot tell you. The average Bahamian probably doesn't even remember what was happening with Bahama. They don't even know why they was mad at Christie for Bahama. But we voted Christie out for it. We voted Ingram. Why? He sell Batelco. Who gives a jumping jelly bean? What about the sale of a phone company was so dire to the Bahamian population that Bahamians were in absolute, just ire over this decision that we needed to change a government? And so if every single 5 years we just could be hot under the collar and ready to toss a government out, over things we cannot even reasonably argue, then at this rate it don't even make no sense to run for government. And we might as well just appoint 39 fellas every 5 years that we feel are the best 39 fellas and do away with this whole voting thing. Because I don't understand. What could you be possibly afraid of? The government already know how much money you make. The government already know where you just bank. The government already know where you live. The government already know what you just drive. The government already know what your children name. The government already know what school they go to. What information could the government possibly be trying to get from you that they need to steal from your biometrics? I just can't make it make sense in my mind. What about a government, or the government of the Bahamas? And here's the thing. I don't even see our politicians as sophisticated enough to have a sinister plan. Like, they ain't that smart. Maybe if this was the government of Belgium or something, maybe, but the average Bahamian politician didn't know nothing about public life until the day after they was elected. The average one of them.
Why are we electing them?
Because y'all is elect anybody.
Who's y'all?
The Bahamian electorate.
Okay, so that's you and them as well.
Allegedly, but I'm saying to you, what about adding some biometric information to a card, giving you all the heebie-jeebies? As a matter of fact, if I have anything that I want to complain about, I don't think you all putting enough things on this card. I want one card to replace all these people.
Right, so what needs to happen is a educational forum to get the
They ain't
voters.
coming.
Yeah, they ain't come, man.
Oh, boy.
Because if they understand that not only this country, but other countries are moving towards this biometric voting system, the government needs to explain to the voters what they're trying to achieve by using the biometric system. What is the system all about? What does it entail? Is it safe? Does it alleviate voting fraud? can you really identify this one person, to make sure that you got a fair and square voting system and there's no tampering? See, all this stuff.
Tamper with what?
Well, you can tamper with the voting system and swing
How
things.
would having my biometrics help that?
It would alleviate it, actually.
This is my point.
It could stop tampering.
This is my point.
And so, all I'm saying is that maybe the government now, when they decide that they're going to introduce legislation to introduce biometric voting and the ID and all that, they need to have these public forums or town hall meetings where people can come and they can lay the cards on the table and explain to everybody, here's what we're trying to achieve by using the system. And then maybe we won't.
So the reason I brought this up today is because I think governments of the Bahamas always do these half baking of the cookie, right? And I hate it. Because you're going to give me a biometric voter's card. That will not replace anything else. I still got 5 pieces of document.
So,
could I have one? When I went to school in Missouri,
would you want to be able to travel on the biometric voter's card?
I absolutely would love to be able to travel on my biometric voter's card. Or my biometric national card. You don't have to call it a voter's card.
It would have everything in it.
It could be my biometric national
fingerprint.
card. Agreed.
Yeah.
When I went to school in Missouri, they gave me one card with a temporary social security number on it. That I used for everything, including store discounts.
What about banks?
Including the bank.
Okay. Well.
But in order to be a Bahamian, right, like nothing makes me fall out of my chair more than when the people tell me go bring my voter's card. Look at this thing.
I mean, if you keep it in a good place, it won't be so.
What do you mean? I have. You can't see I keep all my things in a box. These don't look like they kept in a box. Wait, you
Where is being?
In my box, I have a document box.
How come it
Old people,
it
children.
in color though?
Mister, I'm responsible for their paper. As old people, children. All of my documents are in a document box that I could grab.
Now, this certificate looks rather clean. I don't
Yes.
know. Is this your marriage certificate?
No, the marriage certificate's be green. You haven't been married before.
What is this?
My birth certificate.
Okay.
Yeah. And I have the original one
Okay.
in my document box. I have a document box because old people raised me. And you keep your document box right where you could grab it in the case of a fire.
Okay.
Okay? Now, if the fire starts where the box is, that's a different story. But I'm saying I would like to be able to not have to carry all this stuff.
Yeah. I understand the point.
And you could give me one card. And you could put my pupil on it if you want.
I don't know if they're gonna do that though. The government.
I don't see what the big hoo-ha is.
No, they may
and
not
so
do that.
and so the reason I brought this up, right, is because I want to get to the JCNP. We have their little letter refusing to come to the meeting today. JCNP, right? You can't say you suspend John Canoe. I don't know who gave you the authority to do that. Because if John Canoe belonged to the Bahamian people, then who gives you the authority to take it from the Bahamian people, right?
They do have certain powers though.
You cannot say John Canoe
given to
belonged to the Bahamian people and then one group of Bahamians decide that no Bahamian will have any John Canoe. That sounds like how women is do things.
So what is the extent of their powers though?
What I'm saying, listen to what I'm saying to you.
Okay.
You can't argue that John Canoe belongs to Bahamians, but then let a microcosm of the society decide when or if Bahamians will enjoy it. Because that ain't fair to the rest of the Bahamians. Which all Bahamians did y'all ask? So they say they ain't coming to the meeting. No problem. That's fine. Right? Just scroll up to the other part of the letter. This is only the security part. On behalf of the John Canoe Corporation of New Providence, and in representation of all the members, persons, and groups within our body, we write to formally advise that the JCNP and our member groups will not be in attendance to the open meeting scheduled for Monday, the 11th of August at 9 a.m. The decision reflects a general consensus reached collectively by our membership during a special call meeting held last evening, August 9, to review the invite. The meeting notice was only received late Friday evening, which has not provided adequate time to mobilize our membership. The majority of our members hold full-time corporate positions and I don't need to read the rest. They ain't coming, right? Mm-hmm. But why? Why can't you all just simply, you need the whole group to be there? Like no one could hold brief? Y'all don't have an attorney? The JCNP don't have an attorney that could hold brief for it? And I'm saying to you that I want to oppose, in this instance, the formation of a John Canoe Authority. I want to do it right here today on Freedom March.
You want to oppose it?
I want to oppose it.
All right. So
Because Mario, I tired of half-baked cookies. Listen to me, man. Don't knock over my cup. Courtesy of the Roulette Resorts, by the way. It holds water very well.
It ain't Mario. That's the decision of the government.
Mario is the government's representative. So I talking to Mario, the Minister of Culture.
You want him to take the message back to the House then?
He could tell whoever. It is half-baked, half-brain, scatterbrain, any one of those adjectives that you choose to use, to create a Junkanoo authority as if that's the only culture around here. You are the Minister of Culture. Create a culture authority and stop pussyfooting around. And make sure that we put all the culture in it.
No, like sailing?
And basket weaving and top spinning. I don't care. Whatever we decide is a part of the culture of the Bahamas needs to fall under the remit of the authority. What are we going to do? Create another authority for sailing? And then create another one for basket weaving? And then create another one for climbing Mount Alvernia?
So just create a general
Create
authority
the Bahamas
for
National
events.
Cultural Authority.
Okay.
And now we have a uniform body that looks over all things uniformly considered culture in the Bahamas. Because what the hell make Junkanoo so special for it to need a whole authority?
More people involved in it.
Who cares? Culture is culture. So bone fishing is a part of the culture. Let's figure out how to put that underneath the remit of the authority. What else is a part of it? What else is a part of the culture? Flour cake making? Make it a part of anything that you could tie directly to the domestic product that is considered the Bahamas ought to be the responsibility of the authority.
Little straw.
Make it a part of the authority.
Baskets and all that kind of stuff.
See, the problem is we like to duplicate effort in the Bahamas. And so you will find we end up with situations like the National Health Insurance exists, but it doesn't exist with the National Drug Prescription Plan. So you have doctors in a private office being paid by a public place who writing prescriptions on a private script that cannot be facilitated in the public sector because you have too much chefs in the kitchen. Rather than doing what we are now doing, which is rolling the drug plan into NHI. That way the money goes into NHI. That way the prescriptions or the scripts that the doctors write can now be facilitated by the National Drug Plan. So Mario, I say right here on Freedom March, I protest the formation of a Junkanoo authority. But not for this ridiculous nonsense the JCNP running on with, but because how does the Minister of Culture create such a niche in his portfolio? Who the hell are Junkanooers to have to themselves a whole authority just for them? But the sailors don't deserve one?
It's not as popular as Junkanoo, man.
What you talking about? And every island in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas have sailing.
And I think they probably want to control the revenue side of it as well.
And I'm saying to you that it don't matter what they get to want, that you can want anything. I want to be 6'4" and have $1 million. And to be the husband of Janet Jackson. But I don't get that. What you get is to be a contributor to an authority that oversees the whole cultural product. But we keep doing this kind of foolishness here. So now we're going to go create a biometric voter's card. I still have 9 pieces of paper home that I need to go get every time someone want to know something about me.
Maybe that could change things.
Now you're going to go make the Junkanoo authority. That's what you're going to do, right? I still have 10 other things in the Bahamas that are considered culture who have nobody responsible for it. Stop pussyfooting around and let's build a country. Y'all gonna be dead soon, you know. Y'all can't see y'all in 60 and 70. Ain't much longer for y'all to get it right. Figure out how to make some sense before y'all die so at least you can have a legacy. Figure out how to make sure that when we build something, we ain't gotta build it twice. Where are the young people around y'all Who's supposed to be thinking in the rooms you're all in?
Maybe they need you.
I won't wait for them.
And I told you, you need to
I
apply
won't wait for them.
for a consultancy
I
job.
won't wait for them because then people like to say
they're increasing the budget for consultancy.
I don't want to wait for them. People like to say that you're to sing for your supper, and I can't sing, and I don't like mine.
Well, talk for your supper then.
And I'm saying to you, unless we start having more holistic thought, we are gonna just continue creating these Ferris wheels to nowhere. And every election cycle, Bahamians are gonna get mad about something that don't even make no sense. And they're gonna vote out governments for something that don't even make no sense. And how is it that as the Bahamas, right? We have the most unstable electoral results in the whole Caribbean. How? And we happen to be the most stable economy in the Western Hemisphere as it relates to Caribbean countries. Jamaica with its $1 to $127 ratio is about to elect its prime minister for the third time. Only a heart attack could stop that man from winning an election. Right? Especially if this golden fella is going to be the leader of the opposition. He wasted Michael Bintard. But you hear words like hardworking, consistent, devoted, driven. Only could hear these words from someone that has enough longevity in office to be described as these things, spiritual advisor. But Bahamian politicians, let's talk about them, because I think a lot of them do themselves a disservice by not thinking enough when they come into public office, right? So y'all get pressure put on y'all for the Valley Boys, right? You say, by George, I have a great idea. Let's make it an authority. Brilliant idea. But we 10 months out from an election, Mario. So if you're going to go put hot water in the baby bath and scald up the baby, right? I say let's scald up all the children one time.
There has to be a reason why the government decided to go that way, though. I
mean, then let them communicate the decision. Then communicate to me why y'all decide this. Because y'all didn't even have to touch John Canoe till after the election.
And I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
But y'all decide, y'all want to put hot water in the baby bath.
Why?
No problem. Then let's scald up all the children one time.
Why is the decision going to be made? Why?
Because it's a smart decision. See, if you make it an authorities problem, then no one could say that you're biased.
Okay.
Because you could say, I don't even control the authority, and the authority don't listen to the government.
So would the JCNP be a part of this authority?
Naturally.
Okay. But they wouldn't have the powers that they have now.
They will have whatever power the legislation say they have.
Okay.
Who writes the legislation? The government.
Yeah.
Who decides that? The Attorney General. Who does the Attorney General work for? The Prime Minister.
Unless the JCNP see it working against them.
I can't say that they would see it working against them because it could never work against them if the authority is going to generate money and regulate the parade and do all the things I hear the minister say that they're going to do. I'm saying to you, how much revenue John Canoe ever make for the Bahamas? You think John Canoe making more money for the Bahamas than moon fishing and fly fishing?
I don't know.
You think John Canoe making more money for the Bahamas than I don't know, what else is cultural around here?
Hybrid, no.
I don't know if that's cultural. I'm saying to you, why do we need to create such a specific authority? You think John Canoe make more money for the Bahamas than straw market sales?
I was wondering about that, because I think straw market sales make quite a bit of money.
This is my point. And you know they have their own authority?
Yeah.
And you know that authority is malfunctioning? It's because if you create a bunch of stupid little authorities all over the place, they will have no authority. So, but if you group them, right, you're able to fund them properly. And if you're able to fund them properly, you could actually help to branch them out. And then here's what the next great idea would be. Give it to Chester Cooper. Because his ministry actually does generate money.
But if you group it all together, you might have to turn it into an industry because it may be just a bit too big to just have it as an authority.
But it's an authority. An authority, you know, Beaches and Park responsible for the beaches and parks in Inagua, right?
Yeah.
That's my point.
But they don't bother with beaches and parks.
I'm saying to you, an authority is exactly that, an authority. There is no need for a niche authority, Minister. So yes, they gave you a great idea. Make an authority. It was brilliant. I don't know where you heard it. That was a fantastic idea. But there was no need to have no John Canoe authority. Who the hell these John Canoe people even is?
Something going on.
I'm saying to you.
They're trying to solve a problem.
And I'm saying to you that they baking the cake halfway.
They're trying to solve a problem by
And they are baking the cake halfway. Next year, we need to have the straw market, we need to have the straw vendors authority. The year after that, we need to have the sailors authority. The year after that, we need to have the flour cake making authority. The year after that, just make a national cultural authority. Just create a national cultural czar. Let him chair the authority, populate it with a board, put that board together, bring the 5 or 6. This Freedom March. We're going to the break, don't move. We'll be right back. Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us to the break. I'm Levan Miller. You're listening to us on 103.5 The Beat FM. Channel 224, that's cable. Channel 112, that's Flow. And ILTV Studios over on Facebook. Bradley Roll, the spiritual advisor for the whole Bahamas, I'm told these days, is still with me in studio. Bradley, take us to the app.
Yeah, okay. Hey Bahamas, ready to turn your event into a party? Royal Inflatables has you covered. So, from brand new bounces to water slides and combo castles, fun is guaranteed for all ages. Their equipment is clean and inspected daily, safe, spotless, and ready to go. So enjoy free setup and take down on-time delivery and 100% hassle-free service. Perfect for birthdays, school events, or any celebration. Call or WhatsApp now at 242-468-7268 to book. Let the bounce party begin. The Work Center, located Rosetta Street across the road from Rose Furniture, is your one-stop shop for back-to-school Dickies, Timberlands, and many, many more. So come on down and let their friendly staff assist you with getting ready for back to school. Thank you, producer.
Thank you, spiritual advisor. So here's some information. Trinidad and Tobago, Kamala Bissessar was elected in 2010 and defeated in 2015. Dr. Keith Rowley, was elected in 2015 and again in 2020. And of course, he stepped down in 2025 where his successor was defeated. So that was one country that had a re-election. Suriname. Desi Botterez was re-elected in 2015, so that was a re-election. Before he was succeeded by somebody that was elected in 2020 who has not yet been re-elected. But St. Vincent and the Grenadines has re-elected Ralph Gonzalez 2010, 15, 20, and is possibly going to be re-elected again in the 2025. Who else has had re-elected people? Montserrat. Let's go, not to Montserrat. Let's go to Jamaica. Andrew Holness. First elected in 2016, re-elected in 20, quite possibly going to be re-elected in 2025. And here's why I'm reading these things, right? Dominica Roosevelt Skerritt, re-elected in 2009, 14, 19, and 22. And the reason I'm saying this is because, I mean, just look at those economies, right? Look at those people. Look at where their development is compared to the Bahamas. And as much as we like to complain about the Bahamas, I tell you, travel throughout the Caribbean, you'll realize the Bahamas we're not finishing last in the race. But when I look at the Bahamas, 2007 Ingram, 2012 Christie, 2017 Minnis, 2021 Davis, right? And if you look at all of the issues that have caused prime ministers to topple in the Bahamas, it has been issues that I'm sure Bahamians themselves cannot argue. Bahamians cannot put up a firm argument as to why they needed to remove a government over this thing they disagreed with. Right? So there was the referendum on gender. You all vote Christie out for that. Right? Even after he lost the referendum, you all still vote him out of office. Then there was Ingram and the BTC sale. You all vote Ingram out for the BTC sale. What about BTC 2% sale or the 2% that changed your life?
Nothing.
Christie get the 2% back for you. Where it is?
Some fund they were supposed to.
Yeah, where that fund is go?
Nobody knows.
Who all is benefit from it?
We don't know.
How much time we see the year? What the fund name? And so my question is, Bahamians aren't voting with any intelligible arguments that they themselves can defend.
Okay, so why should they vote for the PLP again?
I'm not saying they should vote for the PLP. I'm saying that when I go into my circles, right? I hear people say crazy things to me like, if they try to take my biometrics and put it on a card, I'll vote against them. Why? When my Samsung phone...
So education is the key before they can scream and shout.
But how come you don't need to be educated to be incompetent? Like, why are you so wrong and strong? Like, why are you not seeking information to rescue you from your ignorance?
Yeah. Okay. And there's enough information out there for you to understand what
if you use your phone for more than porn, yes.
Yeah. But people use their phone for more than... very, very, very small amount of people use their phone for porn.
And gossip.
Like maybe 0.111% or something like that.
Oh, now we have a statistician. Yeah. Could you please tell me which pocket of the society?
Not too many people use their phone for porn.
But I'm saying to you, right? How are you determining that if the government says to you that I want to put your information on a card, all the information that the government already knows on a card, What about that would make you so livid that you want to vote against the government? And then I hear my friends in the Junkanoo community say, if they push this Junkanoo authority thing, I'll vote against them. Why? A Junkanoo authority wouldn't be a bad idea. It wouldn't be the best idea to have Junkanoo exist in a silo.
So the government has to sell it, get them to understand this is not a bad idea, and here's the reason why they're doing this.
But why can you not rescue yourself from ignorance? Why can you not find out the role of the authority, figure out what an authority does? Here's a good place to start. Read the legislation.
Is there one already?
There's been a proposed draft of legislation, yes.
Is it posted for public?
It's in the public domain. I have it.
Okay, good.
But I'm saying...
so read it, people.
I'm saying to you, then there's the public consultation. I'm saying as it stands right now, I'm opposing it. Mario Boleg, Freedom March is opposing it. I'll tell you why. Because we don't like when you half-bake the cookie. You have to bake the cookie till the middle hard too. All right? And are you the Minister of Youth, Sport and Junkanoo? What is he?
It's culture.
Are you the Minister of Junkanoo, young people and what the other thing is? And running up and down? No, you are the Minister of Youth, Sport and Culture. So how this one group of fellas got all your attention like this?
Something's going on.
And the best way
to
listen, see this, I keep telling you, you only had enough beating in life, and I see it all the time.
Too much beating is abuse. Now, if you've been abused,
when I was growing up as a child,
it's time to
I'm not listening to you. That's white people logic. Yeah. When I was growing up as a child, my Grammy had 18 children and 79 grandchildren.
Phew.
And when they used to have prayer meeting in my Grammy living room, and when we used to be in the back room playing, my Grammy would be in the living room praying, "Come Lord, come Jesus, come now, fire from heaven, fall now, touch Lord my grandchildren, touch Lord my children, touch Lord my husband."
You want the fire to touch the children?
And when we was horsing around in that room, that woman would walk right out that living room with all that Jesus and all that anointing on her, walk right in that room. You know who was getting beaten?
With the switch.
You know who getting beaten? Every brood and a balla in here. Because she ain't got time to sort out the children. This now is a beaten concert. You ever been to a beaten concert?
Yeah, so what you should have done, if you wanted the good children, try to convince the others to fall in line. So you don't get beaten.
This is my point. So I'm saying to you, Mario is now finding himself in the same position. And he in the room over there having prayer meeting. But Mario, when you come with that prayer meeting, you ain't got to, because remember the anointing falling in that room, you got to get back in there. You ain't got time to be out here sorting through the children. You just come and give everybody a little bit. And you go back in prayer meeting. That's what you have to do. So you say, hey, Bala from Long Island to be in this authority as chairman of the Association of Sailors. Pick one Valley boy and pick one Saxons, because the rest of y'all is answer to them anyhow. Right? Mama, who been the longest weaver of straw in the Bahamas, she is ex officio member. We putting the cultural authority board, whoever the people is where we get the funding from, they on the board. Yeah? Then we need one representative from each inhabited island. This board could consist of about 21 people. But at the end of the day, you would have a holistic body of people that answer to all things culture in the Bahamas. And then you say, tourism, come over here, because only you one got enough money to pay a board this big. And you jerk them in the Ministry of Tourism.
That could be the problem. It may be too big if you put it all together.
I'm saying to you that Junkanoo does not deserve... Oh, no. Let me retract that. Junkanoo does not require this level of specificity. What has Junkanoo done to require or to have earned such a stake in the Bahamian culture that we devote a whole authority to them?
Yeah, well, I understand that. Well, something is going on. This is why the government decided they're going to move towards a Junkanoo authority.
Yeah.
And we'll have to see what is in there.
And like I say to my friends in Junkanoo, the JCNP know I have friends over there. They are my friends. I hope that they still let me sit down with them when we sit down to the watering hole. What I will also say though is, you can't say that it's your ball so no one could play with your ball if you come to play ball on the community court. And if Junkanoo is all our things. See, because I'll tell you what else is interesting to me. You listening to this? Mm-hmm. I hear nobody ask, in my opinion, the most contributing people to Junkanoo about how they feel. You know who those people are?
Who are those people?
The gals who the shake up on Bay Street. We've been having one big bunch of penis measuring in this whole argument, you know. Everybody yucking out their tape rule to see who could push the coke can the furthest up the road in this little peeing competition we having. Right? No one asks these girls who leaving their children, some of them leaving their man, to come out here and gyrate their body and shake it up on Bay Street. You think Junkanoo would be Junkanoo without them?
Yeah, man.
You's a crazy man. You take your medication
It's
today?
the music. It's the music.
Don't listen to this crazy fella. You don't let the girls come and do the little woo thing, what they just do. We're not coming.
It's the music, man. It can't be the gyrating, which can be sad.
But I ain't nobody asked the woman them nothing yet. These women coming out there, I even don't think they just get the amount of benefits as the men in Junkanoo. But they are a large portion of Junkanoo.
They're part of it.
They are a large part.
No. So you think people come out to Junkanoo to watch them dance or listen to music?
Have you seen them dance?
I've seen some
You don't watch
choreography. Yeah, I've seen it. And it all depends on the timing and the
Especially
the
those valley
choreography.
girls. When those valley girls start to do what they just
It's rather interesting, but it's the music and the costumes that.
Okay, I can let the Junkanoo people case me out now. Before we get to that, though, I want to show you all this picture. Show me the producer. Show me the picture. We can go to the birthdays. Show me the picture of the police officer who it is alleged caught the boys in the field with this gorilla gun. Because I have another message for the commissioner of police, or at least all officers in charge of stations. Listen to me. Let's please stop sending police outside of the police station with these little guns right here. These don't make no more sense, all right? These did make sense when we had horse and Surrey and things like that. We could zoom in on that. I want y'all to look at this Gorilla Monsoon gun he find, right? You could zoom in on that, producer? All right. So he gone, mind you, imagine this, you get a call. Constable Bradley Roll, we have 3 little fellas up by the park, they got a gun. You get out on the park, the boys them got this gorilla gun. But you leave His Majesty's police station with this little 6-shooter 22 on yours to do what with it?
It could do some damage. It could kill you.
Do not leave the station behind me with one of them. Do not leave the station behind me.
Is that his call or the commanding officer?
That's his call. Every officer decides the weapon he will carry.
Oh, really?
As long as he's qualified to carry it, yes.
Yeah, because then you have to be trained.
Yes, and if that's the only thing he qualified to carry, then for the next 6 months, I don't want him to report nowhere except for the range. Because have you seen the gunfight out here?
What kind of weapon is that?
That looks to me like it might be a .38 revolver.
So what is he holding in his hand, though?
A Gorilla Manzoo gun.
What is that, an AK?
It may be an AR. We like to say AK in the Bahamas. They call it an AK.
How did this young man get in attack with this weapon?
Oh, no. You expect me to know that? And if you know, I'd like to invite you to go and visit
it's a question, though.
His Majesty's Commissioner of Police. Oh, no, you're not going to implicate me that way. You want to know if I know how Pookie them get that gun?
You don't know?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
No. What I want, though, is for the Commissioner of Police to ensure that your police officers going out here serious about returning fire. Imagine being in a responding unit.
Yeah.
And Pookie them jump out with that gun there.
Yeah, you don't stand a chance.
And all you come with the police car with is this little thing in your waist, you might still use that as a boomerang. You can't lift your head high enough to get a shot out that little 6-shooter. Don't come out the station behind me with that.
You're unmatched with firepower.
Yeah, let's... 15 or better. You can't have less than 15 if we go into a gunfight. That's what I'm saying to you. So, Corporal, man, retire that. I know you all old fellas, you all say the big gun is make your waist height and all that. At whatever point in law enforcement, your waist can no longer bear up the weight of a pistol, you should retire. That's how I feel.
What is the female carrying? Is that a Glock?
I can't see her weapon, but she look like she carrying a pistol, which would mean that it might be 15 rounds. Either way, at least 15 rounds is a fair amount of carriage in a gunfight. You know how hard it is, man, to get that little gun with that holster?
It may not be difficult. It's a small
How much
gun.
times you hold a little gun?
Never.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm asking you about
I never
this.
hold a small gun.
That's why I'm asking. And I could look at you and see you'd be a shaky gun. I could see.
Yeah.
I could tell.
I can hardly hold my shotgun.
Anyway, let's take some phone calls. So, if y'all are going to vote against the government, we're going to put this. If y'all are going to vote against the government, right? Vote against the government because they ain't perform. Vote against the government because they, you know what I mean? Like, vote against the government for things that you could actually reasonably argue. But you can't say you don't trust the government. The same government that already have all your information anyhow. And if they put your biometrics on a voter's card, you can vote against them. Because that would be asinine. You can't say, if the government moved the Jonkanu to a Jonkanu authority, Brave only doing that for you, brother, I can vote against them. Because that would be asinine. Now, Mario, save your boss, right? Because he could use some saving right now, because I don't even know why he picked this Jonkanu fight. But I'm saying that you have an opportunity to be a runaway wonder here. And I know you can get things done because I use the basketball coach. You all of us can get things done. Create the Bahamas National Cultural Authority, and let's rock this baby to sleep. Let's have a beating concert. That's what I'm gonna call it. Let's have a beating concert and everybody could get a little bit. And that makes sense. Yeah? Bite this. Let's go to bite this.
Oh, so
You don't have the bite this list ready?
No.
Wow.
No, give us a couple minutes. Wait, can we open the lines? You want to do that?
You just tell me we need to get to the birthday people. Let's go. Let's open the phone lines. 323-7775-698-0775. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. They ain't there yet? But they ain't missed us. We've been going all weekend. 323-7775-698-0775. You could disagree with me. I don't have a difficulty with being disagreed with. But I want us to put thought into these things, right? And I also want to invite politicians to, man, stop talking to old people, because a lot of these old people, their ideas are spent. Tell you what, while we waiting on the birthday list, can we go to this video that Facebook reminded me existed? Here's a video of my friend, Jeffrey Lloyd, when apparently him and a group of people were supposed to be going to go save the Bahamas from something, only for him to shortly after become a cabinet minister in what could be deemed the worst cabinet the country's ever seen.
Bahamians for Peace, Prosperity, and Progress, commonly known as BP3. Let's have a chat about immigration. In the Bahamas, we have been a nation of immigrants for far longer than the United States of America. We know that today we need specific talented immigrants for certain jobs. And at the lower end, we need migrants for jobs that Bahamians simply will not do. I can say to you, ladies and gentlemen, that our failed immigration policies of the past, our crony political system, and an unchristian and uncharitable spirit has led us today to an immigration crisis. And the governments only do something when they wish to distract us from what the subjects of the day are. Our immigration policies must be clear, sustainable, and enforceable. And here are some basic points. Number one, our brothers and sisters from Haiti are not the only illegal immigrants in the Bahamas. They come from all over the world. And we, the destitute people that we see come on those boats, they don't own those boats. Number two, the flotilla of boats that come to our shores continue to arrive because they are Bahamians and Haitians who facilitate this through making of money in this vile and contemptuous human trafficking system. Number three, this immigration problem needs a solution, which must be enforced by a clear set of laws in which nothing, and I mean nothing, is off the table. This includes the creation of a special force within the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, which will be equipped to inflict the most extreme penalty for those who facilitate these crimes against humanity. Number 4, we must establish a migrant worker program which is fair, efficient, and effective. And number 5, we must settle the question of citizenship. I know it is a difficult question, it's an emotively challenging question, but it must be settled so that every Bahamian understands his or her status and that there would be proper education for status program for all migrants. Number 6, my brothers and sisters, we must grow our economy. Our economic growth is vital to a sustainable, prosperous, and profitable Bahamian society. We have thousands of our young Bahamians who are bursting with innovative and genius and creative ideas, waiting to be expressed in entrepreneurial pursuits. We must facilitate that. Now, we are going to have more of these subjects and then develop these issues further soon. But in the meantime, God bless you. God bless.
Yeah, and so great ideas.
Well said.
Yeah,
Indeed.
yeah.
Well said.
Immediately after I became a member of the cabinet
Well
of the
said,
Bahamas,
Mr. Jeff Lloyd.
I can't tell you how much that's actually almost 10 years old.
But it was well said, though. You can't take it away.
And then it was never injected into the cabinet of the Bahamas. Anyway, we ready for the birthdays?
Yeah, let's do these
Let's do the
birthdays. I think we do have some callers waiting. Let's see. Mr. Bradley Camp. Brother Bradley Camp from the Hybrid Park Church of Christ. Good morning, family, friends. Wishing our brother Bradley Camp a very happy birthday. May God continue to bless you with many more birthdays to come. My brother, coming from your wife, your children, and of course, especially all of the leadership, membership, and all those who love you from the Hybrid Park Church of Christ. Happy birthday to Bradley Camp. Betty Ann Brooks. Happy birthday to Betty Ann Brooks from her mother, Mabel Higgs, her husband, Forreston, the children, Brianne and Brandon, siblings, and all those who love her. Happy birthday, Betty Ann Brooks. Francilia Saunders. We would like to send a very special happy birthday to Francilla Saunders from your husband, Willard, your son, Trevor, his wife, your stepdaughter, Samantha, Will Keisha and Sherelle, all the grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and the kids alike. They love you. Happy birthday to Francilla Saunders. Graylin Roberts, happy birthday to Graylin Roberts Jr. from your wife, your kids, family, friends, especially your stepmom, Shelley, your sister, Latika, and of course your father, Galen Sr. So happy birthday to Graylin Roberts. Francis Friend, happy belated birthday to Mr. Francis Friend from your daughter, Zena, your friend, grandkids, and all of your family and friends, and from the folks down there at Roxanne, Lutra, and Savannah Sound. Happy birthday to Francis Friend. Special shout out to Exeli Gibson. Congratulations to is it Zayel? Zayel Suning. Is that Zayel? Forgive me, I'm sorry. Zayel. Is your middle name Suni? Suni. Zayel Suni Gibson of Queens College. I'm sorry, Zayel. You're so beautiful. God bless you. You're passing, what, 5 BGCs? Yes, with all with A's. Congratulations to you. Coming from your proud parents, Bishop Branson D. Gibson and the Shanta M. Gibson, your 3 brothers, and the Thompson family at the Love Central Church of God of Prophecy in the Pound. We love you, appreciate you. Keep up the good work. All right, don't go anywhere. You hear the jingle, that means we're going to the break. We've got the birthdays out of the way. When we come back, the phone lines are open and up. This is Freedom March. I'm Lever Miller. Bradley Roll is with me. We'll be right back after.
Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us through the break. I'm Levan Miller. You're listening to us on 103.5 The Beat FM, Channel 224, Channel 112, and of course on ILTV Studios. Before we take off, let me say a special shout out to my friends. You know, my friends at Island Connect. That's right there in Fox Hill, who do such a fantastic job each and every week making sure that I look presentable to come to you right here on Freedom March. And so to Ali and the boys down there at Island Connect, special shout out to you all. I see they're going to be doing something in the yard. I think it's on the 12th of August. They're having a fish fry down there. So, spiritual advisor, I'm going to invite you to come go with me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we'll go and check that out. And then also to my friends down at the Kingsman Collection, wherever you are in this country, you've got to become one of the Kingsmen. You know, I'm a monarchist by ideology, and so it's only appropriate that my friends at the Kingsman Collection and I have a special affinity with one another. And so I invite you to become one of the Kingsmen, all right? And go and say hello to my friends over there at Kingsman Collection, Nolan and Day, and, you know, see if they can do for you what they do for me. And tell them I said hello when you get there. I'm not going to invite you to that, by the way.
I hope they have. Do they have the Kingsman suit? Because remember now, there are times when you may need to fight.
All you need is your sword.
So you need the Kingsman suit.
All you need is your sword.
You can't penetrate.
Make sure you have your iron.
When
you
they
need
shoot
your
at you,
iron.
the jacket can't get tear. All that kind of stuff. You need the Kingsman suit.
Yeah, you should stop watching Disney. Let's take a couple of these phone calls. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello, Bella.
Hey, GNN.
Right here. Swerdo,
Good afternoon.
what's up? And I called for two reasons today. The first one is a very sympathetic and deep, sympathetic note to the family of the late Captain Alan Russell of Canada. He passed away, I think, about a day or two ago. So I would like everybody, the Canadian family, to have my deepest and sincerest sympathy.
You're absolutely correct. I was supposed to have called Ezra Russell today. So Ezra Russell, if you're listening to me, please accept my condolences here publicly. I will at some point get on a phone and make that a more private condolence.
Absolutely.
But they were very kind to us when we were there in Kid Island.
Yeah.
So.
Very.
Yeah, I spoke to Pastor Bradley Russell this morning. He and I used to roll together along with Captain Russell until the time of his passing. So I wanted to get that off. And spiritual advisor is something that has been bothering me for a few years now. Mm-hmm. And I was supposed to tell it to you, but I was waiting on the appropriate time. And you and Papa brought it up last week in terms of when you guys have a political persuasion and that persuasion goes out of power and you can't get a contract with the other persuasion, so you all is real, and then you all say things like, well, everybody needs to eat. I agree. But you know, if your persuasion is in and you get some and somebody else get in and they gain it to somebody else, why you always say things like everybody got to eat? Now, I tell you a story. There was a handicapped man, legally blind man, went to Centerville Food Store 2 years ago, and he asked to speak to spiritual advisor. And you was right there on the side of the eastern cashier up there in the shelf area doing something. Mm-hmm. And he said to you, he said, spiritual advisor, I come to see you, say, because I was trying to get in to the show with you and Rodney Mancard. But because of my visually impairment, I wasn't quick enough. So I came to see you. And you said to him, what you come to see me for? He said, you all were giving out some $50
coupons,
meat vouchers.
Yeah.
And he said to you, I wanted to know if you could help me with one of them. And you know what you said to him? You remember what you said to him?
I cannot remember. This is during COVID.
Well, I will tell you. what you said to him, without questioning him or anything you said to him. And don't come to me, go ask the PLB.
Me? I said that?
Yes,
You
did.
better catch me in recording.
Listen to me. You know why I can tell
Who
you
was
said
who
it?
was giving out the vouchers?
You and Rodney Moncada a $50 meat voucher on the radio. And he went there. And you know why I can safely tell you what you said to that man?
Mm-hmm. You was there?
Because the man was me.
Wow.
I said that to you.
Yes, the GNN. Go ask the BLB. And that's what sparked
That wasn't nice.
And I say, huh?
That wasn't nice. If I said that, I want you to forgive me publicly. Let me apologize to you.
I already forgave you for it.
So how come you
That's
just
why I
mention
never
this?
really
How come you just
brought it
mention
up.
this now?
Did he say something
Why
that
you
you
just
and
mention
Papa
this
said
now?
last week triggered it?
Because last week, you and
just said
Papa
that.
was railing after everybody needs to eat, no matter what party it is.
Yeah. All
And
right.
I thought about that.
Yeah. Well,
You said me
GNN.
go to the BLB.
Well, GNN. I
did you
keep
go?
telling them.
Did you go to the PLB?
I didn't come to you under no PLB or FNF. I came to you for help.
Yeah. But that's the way these FNMs
Yeah. Listen, I must apologize to you.
Apologies accepted.
I must apologize to you. And we must find a way to have Senator Food Store give you a $50 coupon to make amends for that.
You need to give me that 100, but listen, the
Yeah.
pauper, my beloved pauper, that's another one brought it up to me. Because when the Progressive Liberal Party and Pauper was up under their wing, then people couldn't do nothing wrong. They couldn't do nothing wrong. But now that the shoes is on the other foot, all of a sudden, Grammy ain't making no sense.
I don't think I don't think we're upset about what's happening, because I'm not
So
upset.
what exactly are you all upset about?
I'm not upset. We're just looking at the tactics being used, and you've called me out publicly on the tactic I used during COVID. It was inappropriate, and I must apologize to you. But
I
You let
agree.
the man starve in COVID spiritual advisor?
no, I wouldn't do that.
Oh,
I have to go back. Listen, we're going to make amends for that publicly. That's not a good example, and I humbly apologize. So we're going to make amends.
man. Yeah.
We're going to
No
make amends to
problem.
get you either $50 or $100 coupon courtesy of Sanibel Food Store. Okay, we're going to make sure that happens
But
for you.
don't
All right?
worry, we can talk about that, but I just want Papa to know all the schooling that I did, all the Air Force and everything that I have done in my life and others. Nothing has prepared me to fight and meet this world like my grandmother. So I will never go against anything what Grammy says.
Oh, praise the Lord. And I feel the same way, GNN.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Ghetto News
Okay,
Network.
thanks for letting me share.
Yeah, man, no problem. Take care.
775-6980. Spiritual advice, you let the man starve in COVID.
I doubt that.
Boy, there's no wonder why you're all in opposition. 6980775. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. You know what I thought about today? What the bishop is do since he stopped listening to our show?
Which bishop?
The same one who's whispered to you. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. He full time in the ministry now.
Bishop Menace, Gregory Menace.
Well, why are you calling people name on this show? I asked about the bishop. You hear me calling the bishop?
I call a bishop.
I
He
asked.
may not be the bishop,
I know.
but I call a bishop.
Which other whisper?
Bishop Gregory Menace, what's happening, man?
Hello,
Call
caller.
me.
Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello?
Hey.
That's me you talking to?
Hey, Papa.
Hey, Paul,
All right,
what's
this
going
ain't
on?
Dr. Menace. This ain't Reverend Menace.
This ain't Bishop Menace?
Hello?
Is this the chaplain from the F&M?
No, this Papa.
He
Oh,
busy,
yeah,
he
what's
busy
that
over
then?
there praying for the F&M.
What's happening, Papa?
Everything go thank God for life.
And all things.
GNN. But don't stop listening to what Grammy say, boy. I'm sorry if I say it the wrong way. And, see, I must be crazy with thinking, right? To answer this question, why we say that, GNN? Because it's enough for everybody. GNN, we say it because the politicians want us to row and believe that when certain party in power, the other set of people supposed to starve.
Yeah.
That's a bunch of BS, all right? But listen and don't forget what Grammy say. I'm not telling you to don't listen to what Grammy say.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's saying I do something to him also. If I do anything to you, brother, I apologize because I am support. I respect Johnson. All of y'all, all of us, the Johnson people.
Yeah.
All right? And to be honest with you, right? I really believe that what I say, and guess what? I don't have to be a fan of someone or really like someone to defend them if I think they right or they wrong. Bahamas, I'm not a fan of spiritual advisor. and spiritual advisors should know that. But I respect him, and I respect the creator who we support, who we serve. I respect the same person, but to say be a fan, I'm not a fan of him. And when I hear GNN say that, what he say, I say, boy, I hope it ain't no true, but I feel like spiritual advisor would say something like that, and he was plenty man, and that's why I tell you I respect spiritual advisor. He admit he might say that, and he might even be joking. But what is joke to some people? Joking, you know, laugh, disrespect.
And Papa, let me tell you what is one thing I respect about you.
Yes,
You're
sir.
a very smart person. 'Cause I'm trying to think in my mind going back.
I try to be honest rather than be smart.
I don't think I was mean to him. I may have said it in a joking way. Because everybody who knows me, when they come to some Fuso knows that if I can help you, I will.
All us to say things in a way could offend people.
That's what I think in my mind. But Papa,
we just being who we.
Yeah,
just being who we is. You understand?
Papa, you're smart.
Sometimes I try to talk to people. They say, "Girl, I run out," and stuff like that. Sometimes when we don't say what people want to hear, most of the times people is have a problem. But spiritual advisor, you know, we talk off the air a couple of times, and it wasn't too nice.
We have back and forth. Yeah.
But when I call on the air, I show you respect. So to him to say that just now, I want him to know I don't be looking for no fans or try to be nice, you know. I try to be honest, all right?
And I appreciate that.
I mean that what I say. It's enough for all of us. So that's the reason why people say when the party in power, it shouldn't be. It's enough for everybody, man. Come on, don't let's be like that. Don't let's cater to them politicians, man. They want us to be fighting amongst one another. It's millions of dollars out there. So spiritual advisors asking him or whatever, he's supposed to be able to, especially if he's doing a good job, man. And I hear he's doing a good job. So do I defend him and stuff like that? And I may be a PLP. I mean what I say. When the PLP in power, the FNM should eat. When the FNM power, the PLP should eat. And I know fan of spiritual advisor. As a fan of these on Miller. That's what I fan of. Y'all keep us a good word.
All right, Papa. And Papa, I telling you, I ain't gonna stop listening to my Grammy. Christ will tell you that. Let's take another phone call. 323-777-569-8777.
Because I can tell you, we've had many, many good stories coming out of the pandemic during the 2020, 2021 from San Francisco.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Freedom March.
Hi, second your day.
Yes.
Essay and Mr. Miller.
How you doing?
How are you?
I'm fine. I call in reference to the tragic death of the young boys. And as I watched the video, I couldn't do nothing else but cry when I heard the mother crying.
Wow.
But I want to make a plea to us as parents. And I was in management for a couple years. And just how I would not blame staff, I blame the head. I want us as parents to understand when we do not correct our children or instill fear of God and fear of us, we will bury them.
That's the truth.
At a very young age.
It sounds harsh, but it's the truth.
No, it is harsh, but it's reality. And I am a product. My children are still young. I have a 19-year-old, a 15-year-old, and a 6-year-old. And I could tell you, their teachers could tell you, after God, they fear me. Because I don't get time for that.
Yeah.
I had my nephew living with me, and he did something sketchy, and I asked him about it, and he lied, and I say, hello, I have a son, and you mean to bring no heat around my place or around my children.
Yeah.
And I politely let him leave. I want us as parents to understand, please, train up these children.
Take responsibility.
Take responsibility. And I feel as though, because me and my husband, I could say we did a good job. I don't know where my children will end up, but I could tell you one thing. Even my son, when he went off to school and traveled alone by himself, every one of his scouts, his coaches, admonished us of how well we raised him.
Yeah.
And if it could be done by little old me, and I'm young, and my husband is young, and I was a teen mom, anybody else could do it.
Yeah.
Instill God in your children. Instill fear of God and fear from you, because if they don't fear you, they ain't gonna fear the police.
Yeah, that's deep.
And they ain't gonna fear these gangs.
Yeah.
And that really hurts my heart.
Yeah.
And I feel as though it's my opinion that this situation, because I heard y'all say 70% of pregnancies or whatever
Actually,
is unmarried.
Yeah, women. It's actually 85%.
It's 85%. But what we need to make, I feel, is law. Parents need to be held accountable until these children reach a certain age. And that's the daddy who ain't signed for the child. No. Let's do a DNA test. Let's make sure he's the father, because if anything, this child was to do anything contrary, we're going to hold you, and that will cause the parents to say, well, mother said, I have to watch for my children, watch what they watch, and monitor them, because I will be held accountable.
Yeah. Exactly. We appreciate you.
Y'all have a wonderful day.
Sound advice.
And I'll tell you this, when I'm Prime Minister Spiritual Advisor, you keep think I'm joking with this. When I'm Prime Minister, I'm writing into law. Who in the F&M 40 years old could beat me? Who in the F&M 40 years old could beat me? Nobody. So when I'm Prime Minister, right, I'm going to write into law that I make an abortion legal to 21. And if you look at this boy at 15 and realize that this boy ain't leveling off, and you go into that school and the teacher tell you this boy, he cannot be rehabilitated, you look at him and you get into, we're gonna write into law, we're gonna have the Council of Abortion. And you go and you meet the Council of Abortion and you tell the council, I want to abort this boy. And they say, okay, you have to bring us 3 tax compliant, law abiding citizens. And you all have to move a petition of abortion. And when you petition to abort him, you go to the Supreme Court, you will get a writ of abortion. When you get the writ of abortion, you take him home that night and you just abort this boy and be start over, and we don't have to worry about him. And now we don't have to worry about him becoming a part of the crime statistic or the prison population. And I think that will be a wonderful answer to crime. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Good.
Doing well.
Okay, spiritual advisor.
Yes, ma'am.
Miller. My first time ever calling a talk show.
I really appreciate
Thank you.
And I wanted to call from Friday, but I couldn't get in.
Okay.
So I'm going to go off course a bit.
Welcome to Freedom March.
Thank you. A lady called in on Friday in regards to the Minister Davos not coming to visit her home.
Yes.
And that is a pet peeve of mine. We have had successive governments that had ministers or actual doctors who was the prime minister, and in my opinion, did nothing for the health care. You have Dwayne Sands that stay grandstanding, still in the hospital, still not doing anything. And so at the end of the day, Dr. Davos has done wonders for the health care, in my opinion.
Okay.
The F&M came in. We had the PLP had some renovations being done. They canceled it. And so we had to end up starting all over again. So in my opinion, Dr. Davos is out there trying to improve health care. So you have to give him a break.
He ain't got a chance to come to nobody else.
Your house.
Yeah.
He does not.
Yeah.
And he is being very effective. That's point number 1.
Yeah.
Point number 2, how long are we going to have registration at $10? We can't, that's not progressive.
Yeah.
You have the Medi-Centers, $30, $40. You're willing to go and pay there. But you want to go to PMH, pay the $10, and then complain about the services? We have to get beyond that in order to improve the healthcare system. So that is my 5 cents.
Thank you so much.
I just needed to get that over.
Appreciate you,
He is doing an excellent job. Healthcare is moving progressively, little by little. But if everybody who has been there got their millions, made all their money off the hospital, if they were to have gone back and put a third of what the hospital gave them back into it, we would be okay. One more last point. Please do a research and find out how much it is to build a brand new hospital and then get back to us on that.
All right.
Thank you so much.
We'll look into it.
All right, take care. You're
Spiritual
welcome.
advisor, one of my whisperers are telling me that if you are a Bible man, you know the Bible says, speak those things that are not as though they are.
What does that mean?
When I become the prime minister, I'm going to write into law.
And that's a big if too.
Who can stop me? Who can stop me? You name me one for matter of fact, I give the F&M the whole show
If you
Friday.
become prime minister,
I
chicken and
give the F&M the whole show Friday. They still can't tell me who among them is their champion. They don't know. Let me tell you something. When this group of 60-year-old Negroes in the F&M die, the F&M must get turned into like a chicken shack or something like that, you know. They have no successors.
We'll see.
They have no successors.
We'll see.
Oh boy. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Freedom March.
Hey.
Devon, Brother Roll there. That lady pricked me to say something that's calling from the hospital. She said a $10 registration fee.
Mm-hmm.
You know me, people go to that window and don't pay $10? Who pockets full of money? Who pays full of money?
This is true.
I'm telling you. I used to be a frequent with the hospital.
But their taxes also keep the light on. Their taxes
Yeah, but still. I mean, $10. But let me say something. I heard somebody said something earlier, said that we have a bunch of illegal immigrants here. Cuban, Chinese, Dominican, Haitian, Jamaican, this thing, that thing. If you have termites in your home, but the termite is not biting down your boxing or nothing, you have sanity in the house. The sanity walking around here stinging nobody. You get some rat in your house biting up everything. What you can try to get rid of?
The rat.
Okay. You ever see a Chinese to court?
No, but I see the Chinese vacuuming up the entire inner city.
Yes,
and I see the Chinese poisoning the entire inner city. And I see them soaking up the whole middle class.
Listen to me.
And getting you drunk and getting you liver problem.
Ask the liquor license authority the last time they ever give a Chinese a liquor license.
And you know something? I'm so happy you talk about them because I do have a clip here with them, right?
But let me say this one because I know Brady can touch that thing.
You got to go.
Yeah, I know Brady can touch that thing.
You got 30 seconds.
Let me say this too.
Yeah.
Levon, that Brady, you supposed to ask me something on Friday. When I hang up, I hear you was trying to ask me, but I hang up. What was that you wanted to ask me on Friday?
You think your MP's going to run again?
Yes.
We'll see.
And guess what? We ain't digging no more wells. We have enough running water on here. And anybody come on here hunting, get cut from the head down.
All right, so get to your point quickly.
That's it. That's it for now.
All right, God, I appreciate you. But I see that the Inland Revenue people say that they have this new policy in place. I don't. Oh boy, Michael Alcides, you have to be one of the smartest people sitting in the cabinet. I had to say that out loud when I say it so people could believe me. Michael Alcides, I continue to see bad policy coming out of the Ministry of Finance, and I can't understand. That policy is only going to hurt small people that already have hurdles to jump over. You think Ling Ping don't have $100? You think Fang Yong don't have $100? You think Ling Jong don't have $100? Which Chinese you assume don't have $100? I'm saying as somebody that has gone down this road before of trying to apply for these licenses, it is already a very difficult process. But I don't think the difficulty is the process itself so much as it is there needs to be an enforcement unit that ensures that the people that are... How will we make this a policy? Nobody with Oriental eye could wake in a liquor store. Because that would help black people. These policies don't help black people. Michael Bentard, not Michael Bentard. No, he's horrible. Michael Alcides. I say it all the time. When it comes to people who smart, Michael Alcides is one of the few people I think smart around here. I think everybody's smart.
He been the sock. So
boy, so did Hubert Minnis.
Yeah,
so did Hubert Minnis. I ain't sure what that counts for.
Well, he's the kind of coach. He's smart.
Hello, caller.
Hello, this me on?
Yeah, that's you.
Okay, good evening, spiritual advisor, but I want to direct Levan Miller.
Hey, buddy.
Directly, yeah. Hey, look, man, for the amount of information you have and knowledge, why are you not at the forefront in politics? I heard you said this now, and I'm in agreement with you when you become the prime minister, sir, because you got a lot of information, and let me tell you something, you don't have that just have and sit on it. God has put that in you for a reason.
Pray for me. Pray for me. I'm growing weary.
Miller, but look here, let's get moving, man.
Yeah.
I'm not, you look like you're mid, maybe 40-something, 50.
I
That's
40.
low.
Man, I look 50, I 40.
But, caller,
But okay, let's say 40-something.
caller, you know what the problem is?
Yes, sir.
He he wants to start something called FNA. You can't be a prime minister and be a FNA.
Let me tell you something.
Not
I
in
don't
the
know
Bahamas.
whether he can be or whatever, but he has a lot of knowledge and he's making a lot of sense.
Right, so he has to be a PLP or FNM fit to make
You
sense.
don't have to be that.
All
he
right.
can be a voice crying out in the
Okay,
village.
okay.
See why I listen? See why I listening to him? Appreciate you, Gola.
So,
He won't be a FNA.
Brother Miller, I don't know what the FNA means, but I just want to tell you, man, I listen to you time and time again. You make a lot of sense.
He
man.
does, he does.
Out of the forefront.
He's brilliant, isn't he?
Thank you, Gola. Thank you, Gola.
Mind that God didn't call you to that, and you have so much information.
I think you're very kind, so I appreciate you.
Yes, and
You
that's
heard
all
it?
I call to say.
You heard the jingle. That means we're out of time now to the show.
All
I'm
I call
Leland
to say.
Miller. We'll see
God
you
bless
again
you.
tomorrow right here on Freedom March.
Special advice.